Two new studies show that Americans are more worried about their mental health rather than their physical health. The Hanley Foundation in Palm Beach County is a nonprofit center that treats health and substance use disorders as well as provides prevention programs and recovery support services. And talking to us today is Dr. John Dibin. He is the Chief of Research and Innovation at Hanley Foundation. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about the Hanley Foundation and what they do.
So the exciting thing right now is that there's the Hanley Foundation and the Hanley Center, which is the treatment arm, has been separate entities for a while, and they've just come back together. And the exciting thing about that is anytime you're looking to attack a public health problem, you have to do it from multiple levels, from prevention to early intervention to research to advocacy and finally to treatment when people get sick. And the foundation and the center coming together mean that now all of those avenues of attacking addiction and mental health disorders exist in this one really unique organization. So it's an exciting time.
You know, and we talk about mental health, we talk about substance abuse. These things often go hand in hand, unfortunately.
If you go back 25 years ago when I was training, we would talk about them as two really separate things, and people would say, which one do you deal with first? And now what we know unequivocally is that, whether it is addiction or it's depression or it's bipolar disorder, all of these are neurobiological diseases. They're conditions of the brain, and they have to be treated together because they can't really be separated.
Mm-hmm. And often people who are suffering with mental illness will seek out self-medications and recreational drugs and so forth.
Absolutely. And so really addressing the issues of trauma and mental health conditions along with the mental health condition of addiction and substance use disorder all together at the same time is really the only effective way of dealing with it.
And we talked a little bit about Americans are concerned more about their mental health than their physical health. I know sometimes anxiety is kind of the gateway to maybe even mental illness in some cases. Talk about what people can do to maybe stay sane in this time and age.
So when I think about mental health and brain health, we look at a bunch of there are several different areas. The first thing is, how's your social life? Do you have meaningful, safe, healthy relationships? Research shows that loneliness directly actually changes the brain and can exacerbate those conditions that you're talking about, like anxiety and depression. A huge thing that we now know is that nutrition is directly linked to our mood and to our brain health. And so paying attention to nutrition and seeking out folks that can help make sure that our guts are healthy and our brains are healthy. And then
is that a new approach? Because I know usually we've been treating with the same drugs from the 60s, but now we're talking more about the physical health. We're talking about, the diet, the gut biome, and all these other things.
It's been ignored for so long. It's been understood to some degree for many, many, many years, but just like with our understanding of addiction, our understanding of mental health conditions, with our research on the brain in the past 15 years or so that has just skyrocketed, we have new research in nutritional psychology. So that's why, for example, if you went to Hanley Center, they don't just have therapists and psychiatrists, and they also, you're going to see a nutritionist, and we're actually intentionally feeding people food that feeds their brain and feeds their gut. So it's never one thing. The brain is an organ that is, you said earlier, the brain and the body, they're interconnected. You can't separate them out. So the key to treatment, to getting well, is recognizing that we are whole people.
And we are out of time. We could talk all day.
Yep.
Dr. Dibin with the Hanley Foundation, if people want to find out more information, they could head to your website?
Absolutely. Just go to hanleyfoundation.org.
All right. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.